This video is brought to you by Boss Rutan's O2 Trainer and Fight Me, a fearless expression. What are you willing to fight for? Spencer Lazara, MMAinterviews.tv, alongside lightweight champion of the UFC, Benson Henderson. What brings you out today? Obviously going to enjoy the heavyweights tonight.
I'm here to go corner my buddy fighting Edson Barboza is Jamie Varner. He's going to go out there and kick some butt and have fun, have a good time, and reintroduce himself to the UFC.
Yeah, I mean, he took this fight on short notice. His shape looked great. Fighting a striker, obviously. We haven't seen Edson fight a wrestler like Jamie. You think he's going to be able to impose his will on the Brazilian?
That is the absolute game plan. We're going to impose our will. We're going to do what we want to do, what we train to do, and not allow him to stay in space, stay in distance, but crowd him, and do what it takes to go get that W.
So what's going on with you in your training camp? Obviously, you have your fight coming up in August against Frankie Edgar.
Training camp hasn't really started yet. I do like shorter training camps. I do like 5-week training camps. I'm in the gym every day. I have like 4 days, 3 days when I'm not in the, in training camp. So I don't really need a real long training camps. So I'm still in the gym, just getting ready, training, trying to fine tune things. Not really specifically game planning for Edgar just quite yet, but just trying to improve in every area of MMA. Trying to work on my boxing, trying to work on my Muay Thai, working on my Jiu-Jitsu, working on my wrestling, improving everywhere so that my next fight I am a better fighter than I was in my last fight.
Yeah. Do you think it'll be a similar fight than it was in the first one, or do you think it'll be quite a different one?
Pretty similar. I think we're both going to do the same dance steps. He might learn a few new twirls and twists. I might learn, do a few new twirls and twists and whatnot. But for the most part, I think it's going to be the same old dance. I intend on it being ending the same way that the first one did with my hand raised. Yeah.
You're fighting in Denver at altitude. Is there any extra preparation you've thought about for that?
Not especially. I think the last 3 weeks or so, we're going to try and go somewhere high elevation, high altitude to get used to that, to get accustomed to it, so there isn't too much of a distraction on my part. So we got to deal with that a little bit logistically, but for the most part, yeah, I don't really consider it too big a deal.
Has your life changed since you got that belt?
No, not really. No, pretty much the same. I'm a pretty low-key guy. I probably will stay that way most of my life. I'm pretty boring, so it's hard to get me out of my shell.
Well, definitely not boring in the cage. Why don't you get some predictions? Silva versus Sonnen. How do you see that one playing out?
Anderson Silva, Chael Sonnen?
Yeah.
Oh, I like both the guys so much, really. I'm a big fan of Chael Sonnen. I'm a big fan of Anderson Silva. I think it'll be a great fight. I hate making predictions because I'm always wrong. Whoever I go for, you can bet your house that the other guy is probably going to win. But I think I'm going to go for Anderson Silva. I think his last fight against Chael, he showed, if you're so above and beyond better than guys where you can just beat them up and kick their butts and not even break a sweat and knock them out in one punch and all that stuff. I mean, that's cool. You're very skilled, but I want to see your heart. His last fight against Chael Sonnen, we had to see his heart. He got pounded on for 4.5 rounds, and Sonnen made half a second, a millisecond of a mistake, and Anderson Silva was good enough, had the heart to capitalize on that, half a second and get the W. So I'm going to go with Anderson Silva still.
Okay. And Dan Henderson and John Jones.
I got to go with my boy Bones. Until I actually see somebody beat him, I don't think there's a way to actually beat Bones unless you have a baseball bat and he's sleeping.
Yeah, that right hand might be the closest thing to a baseball bat from Henderson.
Could be, but you got to get close enough to land that right hand. Yeah. 84 inches, that's a long ways away.
Okay, well, appreciate the time. Lightweight champion of the UFC, Benson Henderson. I'm Spencer Lazara. You're watching MMAinterviews.tv. This video is brought to you by ProBoxingSupplies.com, where you can receive 25% off your purchase now, and PowerPerformanceProducts.com, where you can receive $10 off your purchase of Body Storm and Body Effects.
Godspeed and party on.